Alright, welcome back to the podcast, and in honor of Multiverse of Madness coming out to Disney Plus tomorrow, June 22nd, I thought we'd talk about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So, for reference, today is June 21st, 2022. So, let's start out by saying that I think the Multiverse of Madness was pretty good. I think it could have been better. I'm not gonna say it was perfect. It was definitely not perfect. Not in any way. Nah, perfect. I mean, there were so many things it could have done better. It's called Multiverse of Madness, and I don't think we got multiverse. We got, our universe, 616 universe, the multiverse, or I guess, what we've been watching all this time. And then we got the 838 universe, which is, the Illuminati. Peggy Carter, my love. If you have not watched Agent Carter, go watch Agent Carter, because Agent Carter is really good. It's really good. Peggy, my beloved. But 838 universe and Illuminati. We all knew Professor X. I think if they kept Professor X out of the trailer, it would have been so much better. But they didn't. Something I was not expecting was Black Bolt. Who knew we were gonna get Inhuman? No one did. I wasn't expecting Reed Richards, but I got spoiled. I saw Friday. The day it came out, but people were like watching it or like posting videos about it. Like, I guess it's out like a day earlier, so it was on. I saw like, people just don't care. They don't care. And so, you just go to YouTube, and on the homepage was just thumbnail and the title. No spoilers, no nothing. Of just like Reed Richards in Doctor Strange. And I was like, no. Got spoiled. So, whoever posted that, can't believe you. I got spoiled. But it was still very cool to see him. But if I wasn't spoiled, I would have, had a very, surprise reaction. I just was spoiled. But I was very surprised when I saw Black Bolt. I was like, oh, Black Bolt? No way. It was very exciting to see him. And then the debate was ended. We saw Maria Rambeau, Captain Marvel. But yes, could have been more multiverses. Of course we saw Defender Strange, but that was only for that split second. Not really split second, I guess the few minutes that we saw him at the beginning. We could have seen him for longer. But we didn't. What could have been better? A lot of things. More multiverses. It's the Multiverse of Madness. Hello. So there were some things that I saw of what other people thought could have been better as well. An alternate Strange, or an evil Strange. Does Defender Strange and the 838 Strange count as an evil Strange? Maybe, but I guess 838 Strange is he's dead. He's dead. But Defender Strange is also dead. He is also dead. I was thinking zombie, but he's dead. I guess just an evil Strange would have been pretty cool, if we kind of got this, I don't know. I feel like it was just a very, messy movie. Because you kind of had, Strange being oh, I guess I'm not meant to be good or whatever. I don't know. I'll rewatch it, when it comes out tomorrow. But it's I don't know. It seemed very messy. Is Strange, I don't know. Who is Strange supposed to be? He's not, good, but he's, I don't know. It's very confusing on, what they're making, Steven out to be. have like an alternate Christine, and for Christine to die, that would have been cool to see in like live action, because we saw it happen in What If, that whole storyline of like what if Doctor Strange lost his heart, and that's how we got that evil Strange, you know, and I mean that was really cool. I mean, what if that happened? And like that's kind of how he spiraled down, and he, used, he started using those spells, and then he got the third eye, which is creepy. I don't know why they kept it. I don't know why they did. That's just creepy. that was creepy. Why did you give him the third eye? That third eye is so creepy. Especially when Clea came and she was just like, and opened up that, like, the dimension. And then he was just like, oh, it's ready. And the third eye came out. And she's just like, oh, no. Good, no. Away. No. Just have Christine die. But, like, if you don't know, Steven and Clea actually get married. They're like, yeah. So that's the thing. Clea is Dormammu's daughter. And, so that's the thing. That's a thing. Wanda. You can have Wanda actually destroy a universe. It was never said what universe Wanda would destroy. And you can tell that, like, obviously the 3-8 Wanda, like, didn't destroy a universe. I mean, or obviously she didn't destroy a universe, but she wasn't like a bad Wanda. Probably because she still had her kids. She still had Billy and Tommy. What happened with Vision though? Vision was just like gone. Everyone, that's like a thing. Like, you really don't think that Wanda was just only gonna care about her kids? Like, she'd still care about Vision. She knows Vision's still out there. Like, she's gonna go looking for him, but whatever. Wanda destroying the universe would be something that is like canon, something that she would actually do, but her not doing that, I don't know. I mean, she was just like, oh, I'll destroy the Darkhold across all universes, kill myself. I didn't really kill myself though. Wanda's not dead. She's not dead. She's not dead. They cannot just kill off Wanda. No, they cannot. They cannot. They would not risk killing off Wanda. I promise you. They cannot risk it. They cannot risk killing off someone like Wanda. Especially when she's like a very beloved character. WandaVision, had a great success. And, I mean, out of, the Doctor Strange movie, the best part was Wanda and, Elizabeth Olsen. I mean, that was the best part about her. I mean, she had a great performance. So, Wanda's not dead. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Because if she's dead, we just lost Natasha. I don't want to lose Wanda. I don't want to lose Wanda.
This is me being reasonable.
Now, theories. I guess you could say that a theory is that Wanda isn't dead, but we're going to talk about theories before Multiverse of Madness came out. So, some of the popular ones were things like, are we going to see Magneto? Like, Magneto would have been amazing. Because obviously Magneto is Wanda's dad. And just being able to see Magneto. And, like, obviously we saw Professor X, so asking for Magneto wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Like, we got Professor X, why not just give us him? Give us Magneto. But we didn't get him. I know some people were asking for Pietro. Like, we could have got the X-Men version, or, our Pietro. Any version of Quicksilver would have been fine. Just give us him. I think it would have been cool. I guess the X-Men version would have done fine, because our Pietro's dead. I don't know why they killed him off in Age of Ultron, so just give us the X-Men one, give us him. Why not? Seeing Magneto and or Pietro would have been great, because it's just bringing together House of M. We could have got House of M, a closer version of House of M than we got. If you saw an interview that Elizabeth Olsen did, I think during like a press tour for Age of Ultron, she was talking about how she would love to see House of M like be done for Wanda in the future, and for Wanda to have kids. People tell her that her kids aren't real, and then for her to go nuts, we kind of got that, but we didn't get the, famous "No More Mutants" line. Would have been great, but obviously we don't have mutants, so I know there were like people who came up with like storylines, something like, she could have, been told, okay, well, maybe her children aren't real. And then, she goes nuts and all that. And then in the process of, like, using her powers, she accidentally brings mutants into the 616 universe. And that's how we get the X-Men. Wow. Maybe she brings in the X-Men and then she brings her children in, and her children are actually real. But no. We didn't get that. Wow. We didn't get that. Well, no mutants. Not yet. No Fantastic Four. No Inhumans. No, nothing. I mean, we have Kamala. She's not really inhuman, at least we don't think so. But, anyways. There were, I guess, another thing is, people were wondering who the villain's actually gonna be. I think at the beginning we were like, oh, Mordo's gonna be the villain, and then people were like, or is Wanda gonna be the villain? We were like, are we gonna get two villains? Like, maybe Wanda's gonna be the villain, and Wanda's like, oh, Mordo's here, and then she's like, well, I'll help you guys, or something like that. So, I don't know. There was a theory that it was gonna be like Mordo and or Wanda. Was Mordo the villain? I guess he kind of turned on Strange. Did he? Yeah, I think he turned on Strange. Yeah. Huh. Can't wait to rewatch it. But yeah, it's kind of the thing of like, who's really gonna be the villain? Oh, it's Wanda. No. Huh. Wanda. Wanda was a good villain. Yeah. I mean, she did better than most villains, I think. I don't know. I think it's gonna take a second rewatch. This theory is probably the theory, like the theory during, before the movie came out that people were talking about. Superior Iron Man or Captain Marvel. What side were you on? I thought it was Captain Marvel. I couldn't see how it was Superior Iron Man. It would have been cool to see Superior Iron Man, but if they brought Tom Cruise in, I don't know if I would have liked it. I mean, you killed off Tony Stark, you killed off Iron Man. Might as well leave it at that, because people won't be happy if you, bring in Tom Cruise as Tony Stark. People are going to be like, you killed off Tony Stark, you killed off Robert Downey Jr., leave it at that, so. And then people who thought it was Captain Marvel was like, okay, so is it going to be Maria or Monica? Or is it even Carol? But then people were like, okay, maybe it's not Carol, but it's a Maria or Monica, So you had multiple different sides to it, and it was probably the most talked about theory there was. You cannot get away from it. It was there. It was like the only thing anyone talked about. The only thing. There were some other things like that, and also like Tobey Maguire's gonna be in Multiverse of Madness. No, he wasn't. And I think I expected it. I did. I expected it. He's not gonna be in it. He wasn't gonna be in it. You know? He just got done in No Way Home. Really think he was gonna be in Multiverse of Madness? Absolutely not. He did what he had to do, and he was like, nope. 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 The door where Wanda is like using her magic, you know, and you have that orange thing behind her. Everyone was like, is that a TVA door? No. What was that again? It wasn't a TVA door, and like you only had to watch the movie and you're like, oh, it's not a TVA door. We were all wrong. We were all wrong. Like, in the TVA door, you were like, oh, is it the TVA? And like, Loki and Sylvie? Nope, we were all wrong. All of us were wrong. Oh. We were all wrong. Most of our theories were wrong. Most of them. The people who thought that, you know, Maria was Captain Marvel were right. But other than that, we were all wrong. Oh, and if you thought Wanda was going to be the villain, we were right. We were all wrong. But, I mean, and the thing about Multiverse of Madness is that even though it was, you know, a Doctor Strange movie, it didn't really feel like a Doctor Strange movie, you know? Wanda was really the star of the movie. She really was, you know? And, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they could have done some changes to it to make it feel more like a Doctor Strange movie by not making Wanda the villain. I think if you just cut that out, not make Wanda the villain, maybe including Wanda, making her like a cameo would have been better, but not making her the villain, you know? I just felt like it was pushing it too much. I mean, there are so many like Doctor Strange villains that you could have done. I really think that if he made Mordo the villain, it would have been so much better. It wasn't even the 616 Mordo. It wasn't. So I think there was like a lot of things they could have done better. Maybe not making Wanda the villain, but she was great murdering people. She was great doing that. Oh, Wanda. Oh, Wanda. She looked good doing it. Yeah, oh, another thing. It was, people thought it was like blood, and so people were like, it's not blood on her shirt. It's not blood. And people were like, well, what is it? It was, like, gas? It wasn't really gas, it was just all like the motor oil from the Ultron bots. She has a grudge against the Ultron bots. Wow. I think it would have been better if we got like a longer fight scene with Wanda and the Ultron bots. Because like, you know, like the Ultron bots like really ruined her life. You know, like Pietro died because of the Ultron bots. You know, like Ultron in a way ruined her life for like what, a second time? Like her mom and dad died, you know, because of the like what, war in Sokovia, and then, you know, Pietro died because of Ultron, and like Ultron just ruined her life for like the second time. Like she has a grudge against those Ultron bots, and if we got a longer fight scene, then it would have been so much better, but we didn't. We just got a camera view, like, you know, those security camera view. We just got that. What? No, we should have got a better view, better look, and we didn't. So, wow. And Sam Raimi didn't even finish watching WandaVision before he filmed it. That says something. Really says something. Wow. Wow. Poor Wanda, poor Elizabeth Olsen. She really tried to, you know, make Wanda, you know, be the best that she could. Or, because she really went from, like, you know, trying to forgive herself in WandaVision to, like, trying to get children back and being like, I'm gonna go on a killing spree. She was like, yeah, I kidnapped the whole town. Sorry for what I did, Monica. And then how many months later, she's like, whoopsie daisy. I'm gonna kill people to get my children back. And yeah, I guess it was the Darkhold, but like, can you really excuse like the Darkhold for all of that? I mean, I guess to like a partial degree, but not really all of it. You still have to like blame Wanda for some of it, not all of it. The Darkhold did, you know, the Darkhold did do some things to her. I mean, it's just so confusing. So confusing. Like, it would have been great to see Agatha. She was just like, oh yeah, Agatha's in Westview. I don't need her. I don't need her. And like, Strange really was only there when he needed her help. Yeah, and he has to know about Agatha, right? Anyways, well, he has to know, right? He has to know. Like, there's a witch, and then you have another witch. He has to know about Agatha. Wow. Wow. Ugh. Two witches. Well, because if she had imprisoned Westview, he had to know something about what was going on. So he had to know about Vision. He knew about her children. So that means he had to know about Agatha. Could he not just go to Agatha for help? Like, they needed it. She killed everyone at Carmitage. They needed it. They needed all the help they could get, and yet he did not ask for Agatha. I think we can, like, assume, maybe, that he has some idea that Agatha exists. But, you know, whatever. Strange, you're lost. You're lost, Strange. Alright, that is the end of this episode. If you want to check me out on social media, you can find me, or the podcast, on Instagram, Twitter, and now on TikTok. I didn't want to make a TikTok, but I am now on TikTok. You can also find the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, other podcasting platforms. There are a lot of them. Too many platforms to find me on. But yeah, that is it for this episode. You can subscribe on all the platforms, and oh yes, YouTube. You can subscribe on YouTube and subscribe on Spotify as well. But that is it for today's episode of the podcast. Yes. I will see you guys actually tomorrow on the 22nd for the finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi and the third episode of Miss Marvel. I will see you guys later. Goodbye. I support women's rights, most importantly women's wrongs. Looking at you, Wanda.